Shalom Israel, this is Sister Kana, and I'm back and I had to make another video. And first and foremost, I have to give all glory and praise to AHAYAH, Bahashim Yeshaya, Wakwadash Wawak. And I want to say Shalom. Okay, as you see, the title of this video is a message to Elder Rawchaa. But before I actually go into the message, I want to share some information that I didn't share before about me waking up to the truth. And there's a reason why I didn't share the information, and I'll go into it later. But I kind of put this on one of my blogs too. I went into some form of detail, but I never spoke about it on video. And I think in my first videos I said I would eventually. So here it is. Prior to me waking up to the truth, because I was a Hosea 6 person who woke up, 6 and 2. I woke up in April 2008, which was actually the year 2000, the new millennium. But prior to me actually waking up, back in February, I was, in America and, hanging out. I was at a club in California at an after party for the Source Awards, and I'm just hanging out or whatever, and a man walks in the club with two women. Now I'm not going to go into detail because it's a long story, but basically the man walks in and he got my attention because he looked kind of out of sorts, out of place, and he kind of looked real old school to be in the club with us, the way he was dressed and the way he was acting, it caught my attention because he just seemed like, he was out of sorts. But anyway, he comes over to me and he starts to prophesy to me. And he, put his hands on my two shoulders to really get my attention. And he goes on to start prophesying. I'm not going to tell you everything that he said to me, but the main things that he said to me was, he said, the Lord told me to tell you. He started it off like that. And he, started telling me things, and he said, that one thing, he said, you're going to take a trip. And he got my attention because I was leaving next week to go back home to see my mom, because I hadn't been home in 3 years. I was in California. So, I really was paying attention because I thought that was, odd that he would speak like that. But he also said to me that millions would follow you. Millions would follow you. So when he started talking like that about millions will follow me and, certain other things, I likened it to my music career. I was like, oh, he's telling me that the Most High going to bless my music or something like that. I was thinking along those lines. Everything that he said to me, it was, kind of double-edged. Like I could have related it all to my music career, and because that was on my heart. I loved music and I was pursuing it. So when he started talking, he's saying millions would follow you. Of course, in my mind, I'm thinking selling millions of records or something. So little did I know. So. He said some other things, and he also said that you would build a house, like with cash or something like that. So I was like, okay. But the last thing he said to me was, but you must worship me. He said, but you must worship me. So now, I thought that was odd because I believed in, Christ, Jesus at the time, and I thought I was worshiping the Most High because I used to go to church religiously or whatever. Not so much while I was in California, but I used to go even in California. But I used to go to church all the time. So, I thought I was worshiping, like most Christians, I thought I was worshiping, the Most High. So when he said that to me, it startled me, like, you must worship me. And I was just like, well, I do worship. I love the Most High. I started to express that to the man. So, but he went on and prophesied to me for a good 15 minutes. He just didn't, and I just listened. I didn't even interrupt him until he said the end, but you must worship me. So, I never really wanted to tell people about that because I didn't know what the outcome was. I didn't know it was just another person prophesying. You know how people go, I got a word for you from the Most High, and stuff like that. So I didn't understand how deep it was and if it was true until, things started to happen to me. For one, when I woke up to the truth, that just shocked me. And, the Most High started showing me things about Babylon and about the Sabbath. I mean, it was major awakening, and it rocked me. And then when I understood that I needed to leave Babylon, it was a feeling that I never could tell you. And I don't know unless you feel that way, like you had to do something. It was amazing. I knew I had to leave without anybody telling me anything. It was just something in me. So, and then you guys, the rest of the story because I've got it on, a lot of videos. My Holy Day video, the infiltration video, and I'll put these videos in this link. So for new people who are just kind of watching the channel, you can, catch up to why I'm making this particular video. Okay, so now I liken this man, when I started thinking back on it, as an angel. He wasn't regular, So I always just say it was an angel. The Most High sent an angel to me to tell me and prepare me for what was going to happen. So as I started to talk to you guys, this is something that I left out because I just didn't want people to think that I thought more of myself. You know what I'm saying? Act like I'm this and this and that. So I kind of just left that out. And but it gave me a level of confidence. It was like the Most High was sending me out and he wanted me to understand certain things. Now, mind you, it was like a mystery the whole time because I never understood what was going on until, it was revealed to me. So, I had to go through this process. It would seem like I was going through a series of tests the whole time. I had to make certain choices and, it was just an amazing experience, so much so that I was in awe and I shut down. Like I didn't contact anybody. I was just, in the moment of each experience. So like when I was in Israel, I wasn't contacting people outside of when I initially started waking up to the truth. I started asking people like, do you see this in the scriptures? America's Babylon? Do you see this? And, and I was just asking everybody because I couldn't believe what I was seeing in the scriptures because I never saw it before, all these things. I knew that America was Babylon, and I hadn't seen any YouTube videos. I hadn't seen, nothing for the gathering of Christ or anything yet. And I was searching on the internet to get this information. So, fast forwarding now, the whole holy days thing, what happened with the holy days. And that is why I was so insistent on getting the correct holy days. And I had to because the Most High had told me, but you must worship me. And once I started to understand what holy days were to us to our worship, I had to find the correct holy days. And he didn't give it to me right out. He gave me bits and pieces so I didn't know, for sure. And that's why I kept reaching out and I contact Elder Rawchaa because when I was in Israel, that's who the Most High showed me. He showed me, and then when I saw them in Israel, I was like, this is the church. This is the church. Because going back, when I was in America, once he started to wake me up to the truth, he sent me out to a church who kept the Sabbaths. They kept the law of the Sabbaths perfectly. So he showed me what, without telling me, he showed me that the Sabbaths was important. His holy days were important. But it was an unspoken understanding. I didn't really grasp it till I'm sitting in Egypt, and it dawned on me the way the Egyptians was keeping their holy days. So it was like all a process the whole time. I had to get it. It's like the Most High was testing me the whole time. Nothing was really, like automatically given to me. So I'm saying to say, so when I was sitting in Israel and I ran across the Gathering of Christ Church, I was like, again, blown away because I was like, wow, they know to come out of my people. So this is the church that the Most High was telling me about. or trying to show me. He didn't tell me anything. He just showed me. So you know, I was blown away. I contacted Elder Rawchaa. I spoke to Elder Rawchaa several times. He in turn told me that Elder Zah was coming out. So I sat there and I waited for Elder Zah. Y'all know that story. So through this whole process, I'm fast forwarding now today and recent, and this what's going on now. Elder Rawchaa is constantly saying I don't know her. I don't know her, and I'm wondering why is he saying like he doesn't know me when I spoke to him initially in what's the name in Israel. He came and spoke to my friends and family over at in New York, in Brooklyn. He did video, Path to the Mark II. I kept in contact with him the whole time. And so, you know, I just found it really odd. And, why was he saying this thing? And it seems like they're constantly promoting that, oh, you could feel like you know the elders because he's teaching. And, they're constantly pushing this whole thing because they're trying to discredit the information that I'm putting out and saying that I am accusing people falsely. You understand? Because, it's things I didn't understand and you don't actually know him. But I wanted to show you because there was some information I kept on my Skype, and also on my Skype, and also I copied and pasted my emails and Skype conversations, because once I started to realize that I was being hacked and things like that, I started to save everything. Okay, so I want to show you, and I'm going to turn my mic around so you can see this. I'm going to turn my camera around so you can see this. Okay. Now I don't know what this is going to look like. Okay, hold on. I don't know how you can see this, but I'm going to check. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's not really that good. So I won't really be able to tell. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. The screen. I don't know how to put this on the screen, but I'm going to figure it out. Maybe I can put it into, save it as a picture and kind of put it up. But what I'm showing you here is I copied the Skype messages that I had with Elder Rawchaa in the beginning when I got to Jordan. And there's a reason why I'm showing you this, because when I got to Jordan, I realized that this place was, something important, significant to us to be there. I felt that the Most High sent me there for a reason. So I had just left Egypt. I was staying in Israel for some time, and then I came over to Jordan. Really, my whole initial thing of me going there was just to renew my visa. But when I got there, I started to see certain things. It's like the Most High started showing me things right away. One thing was the Red Sea crossing. But I didn't even know at the time when I saw the Red Sea crossing what it was. I was just there. He sent me there, and, it's a long story. But basically, I didn't know. But I reached out again to Elder Rawchaa because I was amazed. And I wanted to tell somebody about this. And I had such a weird situation with Elder Zah in Egypt. I didn't choose to contact him this time. I contacted Elder Rawchaa. So this is the messages that I had. I spoke to Elder Rawchaa for months, over a period of 9 months. These are all the messages we talked on Skype. For 9 months we talked on Skype. And I just want to scroll down so you can see these actual messages. Okay? So we talked on Skype, and it started in July 2010, and that's when actually I got there, maybe like a week or 2 weeks after I arrived there. I immediately wanted to reach out to somebody. Now, you have to understand, I was in basically seclusion because how the Most High had dealt with me. He was dealing with me the whole time. And so I wasn't really reaching out to people. I just was like kind of, shocked. I was just amazed at what was happening to me. And so, again, I'm showing you these messages where I spoke to Elder Rawchaa. We was in constant, talking. And anybody who knows his address is, this is his Skype or whatever. I don't mean to put that out, but I think it's important that I show that, there were conversations for 9 months of conversations. And he had told me that he was coming to Jordan. And he, and the scripture says, let your yea be yea or your nay be nay. Now, he told me that he was coming to Jordan to see the information that I had come across. But then in the midst of us talking, I noticed that I started getting hacked. Things was happening with my computer. All of a sudden it was shut down. I would have to go get things fixed. And it was just a lot of weird stuff had started happening. So I would change my name. I would change my name on my Skype. If y'all notice that you can do that on Skype. You can, like here, this is my Skype. You can change the name. And so I would do that. Because I noticed that somebody was Skyping, but I didn't really expect them immediately. I felt that I was having computer troubles, this and this, but then I started to put two and two together because I really wasn't communicating or reaching out to anyone. So these are the messages that we talked over a period of 9 months. So I just found it very odd when Elder Rawchaa was like, I don't know these people. And saying those kind of things, and I was just like, oh, okay. And I knew I had these things because I started saving everything. Once I realized that I was being hacked, and there was a reason why, for it, I started to save all my messages and save all my emails and everything. And praise the Most High that I did that. But I didn't want to come out, and say anything too much against the elder that I was already, once I started making videos that I was already saying. I didn't want to go up against the elder, you know what I mean? But I knew that I needed to start speaking about what was going on because I had reached out to this brother for a long. I was talking to him all the time. And now I just want to focus in on this part of it because I started to say, I went to Elder Rawchaa finally after it was going on for so much. I mean, I shut down my emails and things like that. But I had went to Elder Rawchaa and told him that I suspected that people within the church were sending me death threats. And this is proof of it because I spoke to Elder Rawchaa about it right here when he says, Rawchaa said you were receiving death threats. And I said, yes, brother, for a very long time. Now, this is back in 2011. I verbally told Elder Rawchaa that I was getting death threats. He said, from whom? And I said, and I just typed, in constant disrespect that I don't appreciate. And then he said, well, can I call? And then we spoke. We ended up speaking, and I was able to tell him what was going on. He was quite aware. Now, you can see that we've been having conversations, and as the communication started to break down, there was things I was saying to him. But finally, I told Elder Rawchaa what I felt and how I felt because I didn't want to out and out blame the elder, of the church. But I did let them know that him personally, that I was being sent death threats, and it was going on for a while at that point. And this is back in 2011. And after that, our communication totally shut down. Because in between that time is when I started sending emails and messages about the calendar. I was sending things about the calendar and asking questions. And so this is when things started to get really, weird and crazy. And I had to figure it out that, wait a minute, I'm being hacked. First, you feel like you just got computer problems. You don't equate it to that you're actually being hacked. You understand? So, it was a process of this thing. So this is in 2011 in February 2011, and these messages started uh, 2010 in July. So it was close to like 9 months of us communicating on Skype. Before this communication, he had, came to Brooklyn to prophesy. I had called him initially when I was in Israel, and I was telling him about my situation in Israel and things like that. And then he sent out Elder Rawchaa. Now let me turn this back around so you can see me. Now, mind you, I have to tell you that initially, Elder Rawchaa. Okay, hold on. I don't know how much you saw that, but I'll try to just post that page up. I don't know if you could actually see it, but I'll post the page up. Initially, when I was sitting in Israel, when Elder Rawchaa came out, he told me that they were not, him and Elder Rawchaa were divided on where to go. Elder Rawchaa wanted to go to Ghana. Elder Rawchaa was going to Ghana. He was sending guys out to Ghana. He didn't necessarily want to go to Egypt. It was Elder Rawchaa who wanted to go to Egypt. This is what Elder Rawchaa had told me. Rawchaa did not want to go to Egypt. They were split on that. So they had sent some men to Ghana, and then Elder Rawchaa decided to come to Israel to meet with me because he wanted to come that way. He wanted to go to Egypt and Israel. So I praise the Most High. It was like the Most High had sent me out just to be a confirmation to me for Elder Rawchaa to come that way, because he wanted to lead the church that way and not go to Ghana. You understand? So Elder Rawchaa wasn't even, necessarily dealing with Egypt and Israel at the time. He was dealing with Ghana. And they had also sent men to Ghana, but Elder Rawchaa chose to come to Israel. Praise the Most High. So, and it was confirmation for me as well, because I had just been basically sitting in Israel, really not understanding what was going on. I was still under the doctrine of the Christian doctrine. The only thing the Most High had really shown me was that America was Babylon. He showed me the Saturday Sabbaths, but I didn't know about being a Hebrew or anything like that. And he showed me some other things, like the place of safety, which it was still equating to the Christian doctrine. Like I was online, I was looking at Petra and this and that, but I didn't understand why. The Most High was just leading me to these different things. So, I was glad when Elder Rawchaa came, and then, the story, we went on to Egypt, and then eventually I stayed in Egypt, and Most High just had me planted in Egypt. Didn't know why, and I didn't even want to stay in Egypt. I had tried to leave Egypt. This is how much I really didn't like Egypt. I wanted to leave, and I tried to go to the border, and I was stopped at the border, and they wouldn't let me in, and I was like, wow. And I'm a U.S. citizen, but they gave me such a problem at the border to get back into Israel. I had to turn back and stay in Egypt. And then I went to the embassy, and they told me, oh, you shouldn't have no problem, you're an American citizen, da 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 da. But then I started to understand, okay, the Most High must want me to stay here. So I sat and waited, and then I started to communicate again with the Elder Rawchaa, and he let me know, okay, he was going to come, and so then I knew that I needed to stay in Egypt and just sit and wait. So I did that, and I waited for Elder Rawchaa, and I told you the story. You know that part. So the reason why I'm saying this is because I just don't understand with my brother Elder Rawchaa why he is just emphatically act like I don't know her, kind of thing, and I just don't think it's true. Now also I'm going to go to my email account, because even before then I just want to show you that I had been communicating with the brother about, because I like they seem like the only people who would really understand, because they knew the truth. They would, and basically what it was is that they were who the Most High showed me. I was searching, and I felt that he showed me them for a reason, and that's why I was like, oh, this is the church that he wanted me to help. That's what I felt. I needed to help. Okay? So I had been, from the beginning, I had reached out to them when I saw them on, YouTube, prophesying. Hold on. Now they're giving me problems. So, wow. Now this is amazing. They deactivated my account. See, they always try to block my account. Now, the reason why they did this, and I'm videotaping as you see it live, is because this is the account that has all the emails that I have, I know. And I already recorded this, so I have a copy of it. But they try to deactivate my account so I can't go in to show you this information, because they know that I kept all the emails showing how I had conversations with Elder Rawchaa. So I'm going to go to my phone, because I tried to make this video before, but I got sleepy or whatever, so I stopped it now. So praise the Most High. So you're actually seeing, this is how they hack into my account, and they'll try to block me from going into my account and getting my email. This is live, guys. You're seeing it. I just tried to log in. And they hacked into my account again. I don't see if you can see this. Oh gosh, look at the camera. Okay. Oh man, see if you can see this screen. I'm gonna take a picture with it with my other camera, just so you can see it. Just as I'm trying to make this video, that shows you that too. They're listening to everything that I do. But hold on. Okay guys, I'm still recording this, just so you see the level of hacking that I have to constantly go through. I'm going to take pictures of this screen, because you witness, I just tried to log in. Now I did this earlier, and I'm going to show you the videotape. See? As I tried to log in to show you these emails that I have with Gathering as One at AOL, they hacked in and threw me out of my account just now. Now I tried to make the same video earlier today, but I was being frustrated because my phone was acting up. I was videotaping on the phone, and this is amazing. See, but praise the Most High. You how this is like the 5th time they hacked into this account, but I always get this account back because I safeguard this account. So, but even the information that I wanted to show you, I already recorded. Okay, I just wanted to show a clear picture screenshot. So, this is the Skype messages between Elder Rawchaa and I, and you can see my name at top, Kana Nahara, and his Skype is Songs to Me or something like that. So for over a period of 9 months, me and Elder Rawchaa would talk on the phone about Jordan, coming to Jordan, what I thought about Jordan. It was a safe place, blah blah blah. So I never really understood why he's saying now he doesn't know me. I mean, you don't have to really know me for us to have communicated and me have given you this information, and for them to act so oblivious to everything that he didn't know about this. And I've contacted my brother. I reached out to my brother on several occasions about the calendar and about being hacked. When I started getting hacked, I started getting death threats, and this is the proof. It's in writing that he knew that I was receiving death threats. He never addressed the issue. He never, several times I went to him. I even spoke to Elder Gabar, a year later, because the hacking and all these things never stopped, I started reaching out to other members, tried to get 2 or 3 more witnesses. So all the stuff that they're trying to act like I never went to my brother is a bunch of, mess. It's not true. I've always tried to reach out to them before it got so bad where I had to reach out to the community of Israel. So I just want people to understand that. I'm going to have to take this stuff off the phone really quickly because they're hacking and they're trying to stop me from putting out this information to give you. Because the reason why I'm going to tell you why I'm making this video, because even though, I'm going to say this, even though I'm, you see what the thing I have to go through. So then now they hacked into my account again. This is like the 4th or 5th time they hacked this one account. Why? Because I have emails that where I'm showing you that I spoke to Elder Rawchaa. And even one of the emails is me asking him, because he was telling me he was coming to Jordan. He was going to come and see the information that I was telling him about. He was telling me he was bringing a few guys, brothers with him, brothers and sisters with him to check out the information. And I was going to, get them here. But all of a sudden the communication got really hard. They started hacking me. I started getting death threats and this and that. And I just showed you where I let Elder Rawchaa know in 2011 that they were doing this to me. So he already knew. And he was speaking to me from a 9-month period. He knew, So for him to say now that, oh, I don't know her, listen, it's beyond me. But I just let it go all this time because there's so much more other things going on, but I knew that I would eventually address it. And they were always hacking that account, trying to take my emails out. But I just already got that information, so I'll upload it. Okay, so I hope you can see this screen. I'm going to type in, because I did this before. Gathering as one at AOL. And it's going to show you all the emails that I had. Okay, 2012, 2010, 2009, and 2008. These are the messages that I in communication with Elder Rawchaa. And I was helping them get flights when Elder Rawchaa was coming. Him and the other brother, I was helping them prepare flights. But I want to go back because I just want to show this particular email to just to show that okay, here I was sending them the calendar. And I had sent them several, but I don't know. I sent them calendar, but here's my keyboard. And this is just some correspondence. Okay, so here's a screenshot of my page because of the video I took earlier. But as you notice, when I just tried to log in, it deactivated my account. So this is what I have to go through when I try to make videos. They hack in, they listen to what I'm doing. They can listen into your house and all that, that. But they're listening to me. They'll stop me, give me a hard time with trying to put up videos. So I have to use a screenshot. So this is a screenshot showing in 2010 I was sending Elder Rawchaa emails and we were talking on Skype on the regular for a 9-month period. And I also sent, if you see below, calendar. I was sending them, the calendar and asking them why we celebrating along the Jewish holidays. But I want to focus on the keyboard one because it shows that I was communicating with Elder Rawchaa, and he knew that I was in Jordan. I was trying to show him about this information in Jordan that was very pertinent to Bible prophecy. He knew about the location of Kadesh, more or less. This is before I put out the Kadesh information. I went to him first, and he told me he was coming to Jordan. He said he was coming, and this just shows it because I asked him to pick up my keyboard, which was in Egypt, on his way to come to Jordan, because I knew no one else who can come to Jordan, who was coming to Jordan. We were talking on the phone constantly. I felt comfortable speaking with the elder. I mean, for him to say that he does not know me is just, utterly ridiculous. And so I just, I knew that I was going to share this information eventually. I really wanted, I'm hoping that the elder would change face and do the right thing, and I didn't understand why he was acting so problematic about the holy days, about everything I've came to him with. He was giving me a problem with. They was hacking me, He knew, he was, but when we were speaking on the phone, he was fine. But it wasn't until when I started talking about them holy days, I started getting hacked and started getting death threats. So I just want to show you, then this was my response to him. My initial email was, we spoke yesterday. I said it was nice speaking to you, chatting with you yesterday. So I was talking with him, and I asked him, well, since you're coming, can you bring my keyboard? So it would save me a trip. And so I just wanted to show this information to let people know, Elder Rawchaa was aware. I had went to my brother again. I had went to him and was talking with him about what was going on. He told me he was coming to Jordan. He knew that possibly Jordan had some key information. He ended up never coming. Our communication shut down. And so he, but he didn't know that the Most High was using me at this time. So, and he probably knew it, and that's probably why they were hacking me. They was trying to really, move me out of the picture, I guess. I don't know. So again, this information is just showing that Elder Rawchaa was coming to Jordan. He knew about Jordan possibly, and I don't understand why he never came to check out what I was trying to ask him. But it's just they tried to hack into my account, as you just saw for yourself. But I know how to get this account back because I've safeguarded it. So praise the Most High. This is like the fourth or fifth time that they've tried to hack it because of this information that I can prove that I was talking with him. He knows, me very well because we spoke several times. But anyway, I'm going to keep going. Now, so which brings me to why I'm making this video. I wanted to reach out to Elder Rawchaa because now you have a little more understanding of what the Most High was doing. He showed me Kadesh. He let me know that nobody else was going to speak about this. This is why I got the prophecy of millions will follow you. So I understand now that our brothers and sisters are coming to Jordan. They will be here in Kadesh. That I know. The Most High told me. He revealed it to me before he even woke me up to the truth. I had to get to this process of understanding what he was telling me because I knew nothing about Kadesh or anything. I didn't even know I was a Hebrew Israelite. So praise the Most High. So I'm putting this out there to say, you've witnessed, I videotape these people coming out. You see the different people are coming out, and it will be millions. But I'm noticing as they're coming out that our people are dealing with so much that we can't even function right. And that's why I put the call out to Elder Rawchaa, like, you got to deal with the spirit on these people. You got to heal them. Our people are broken. We're torn. We're going through so much. And I know it's nothing but the Most High putting me on this spirit, the spirit on me to speak like this, to understand that we need healing, to understand how to deal with his people or whatever. I know that I understand now that not just any brother can come up here and try to be elder and try to make this thing go. It's not of the Most High, because what I'm seeing on the people is so much pain, so much sin. Our people are laden with sin. They have to be purged and they have to be cleansed. And we're going to have to start this process. We can't put people over as elders over this thing who are still operating in sin. They don't need to be praying over other people. They have spirits on them that is I mean, some of the stuff, I wasn't even seeing that much in Babylon. You hear about these things, but to actually see it is a whole nother thing. And to be in the Holy Land and see people going through these things, it's amazing. So I understand now that this thing is just not for just anybody. Many are called, but only few are chosen for this. The Most High is choosing who He wants to do what. So, I was speaking to Elder Rawchaa, and he is in agreement. He understands that this is not for just anybody. Anybody can't come up here and start talking about they're an elder and start trying to maneuver and do things when their life is in shambles. They can't minister to themselves and their family, let alone to a congregation of people. So this needs to be understood, and I just have to come out and say it and be honest, because we don't have time to be kind of sugarcoating anything, and I'm not trying to offend anybody or call anybody out, but I'm just going to let it be understood that this thing is serious. It is far bigger than me, far bigger than Elder Rawchaa, than Elder Rawchaa even. But this is the Most High's calling His people out, and we have to get as ready as we can, because the harder, the less unprepared we are, the harder this thing is going to be for us. And the Most High is not playing. He's purging people. People are going through things. The level of sorcery that our people are under, when you start coming down off of that withdrawal in this holy land, is something about it. Our people are, I don't even know how to express it, but I'm amazed. And to see it is to witness it, because I had time. See, the Most High dealt with me where I had time to sit here by myself alone to evaluate things. I was able to withdraw and, not go through no things. And I was, basically by myself. And the Most High was with me, guiding me through stuff. I was being tested. I was going through things. But from what I see with our people, the level is very high to where people ain't going to make it if they don't stop. It's a huge level of sin against the Most High. How are you going to make it? So I don't want to see anybody destroyed in the wilderness. If we can kind of get through this, which, and we can for the most part, even though the Most High said He's going to purge out the rebels, so we know that there will be rebels amongst us. But if we can minimize the number so that our people can kind of make it through this. So I'm putting out this video to speak to Elder Rawchaa, and I beseech you, brother, I beg you, brother, to hear what I'm saying and know that I'm not against you in no way. Never was. I don't know, I'm just going to say, if I was wrong about the whole CIA infiltration, let's just say I'm wrong. I'm willing to apologize. I'm willing to humble myself and say, I apologize, brother. If it's not CIA, I don't want anything to keep us from getting to this next phase of our people come together as a nation. I don't want to be a hindrance. But I wanted to express to you how the Most High was dealing with me, so you will understand what was actually going on. So you can see. So that you'll know that it was the Most High who sent me out. He told me before He even woke me up to the truth, He was going to send me out. I was going to take a trip, and all these things would happen. That I would build a house, which I understand now is the tabernacle. He already let me know. I just needed to catch up and figure out what He was talking about. And now I understand. He told me millions will follow me. And now I understand why. Because of the Kadesh information. Our people didn't know where to go. Praise the Most High. All glory and praise to AHAYAH. So I'm coming to my brother now. Because if there's a misunderstanding between us, I repent, brother. I'm not trying to be in the way of nothing. This is the Most High doing all glory. All this is for the glory and praise of AHAYAH. This is all for Him. So I'm reaching out to you in love. I have nothing against you. Never had nothing against the Sister Vera 747. Never. I don't know that sister. I never met her. I had conversations with you, and I talked to you about what coming to this place and seeing what the Most High has shown me. I didn't know that it would turn into something totally else, what it has become. And it kind of spiraled out of control, and you know, but now I'm coming to you, brother, and I'm asking you for forgiveness. If I have sinned against you, I have nothing against you, never did. I came to you because I trusted you, because I thought that you would be able to give the answer to the things that I was seeing. It was never any intent of being disrespectful or out of order to a man who had shown me so much. So I'm asking you, brother, if you can forgive me. Because I spoke to Elder Rawchaa, and he is in agreement. And he was like, if the brother wants to come, we invite you to come to GOCC, to Jordan here, so that you can see the things. We'll get you a plane ticket, brother. We'll help you with a tent. And if you want to, in turn, bring your family or whatever, we have a tent that y'all can use or whatever. But I know you need to see this information. Not everybody can lead the people like you. The Most High chose you for this work. These brothers are not apt to teach, apt to minister to anybody. They have to heal themselves, because you need at least 3 to 6 months to a year to withdraw off of the sorcery and all of the spirits that they have placed on us within Babylon. You can't come out here and start to try to teach other people. You need to heal and get yourself in order so that you can be a help to the nation. You understand? So I'm asking you, Elder Gocc, if you can forgive me, if you can find it in your heart to forgive me. I think at one point you said, if I apologize to you. I apologize, brother. I don't want anything to hinder this work, and never did. But you had to understand what the Most High was doing. He needed to deal with me in this manner, and he did. And I came, I believe, and I did what the Most High sent me to do, to give this information about Kadesh, and, about the holy days. I knew something was wrong with it. I came to you. I don't understand why there was such a miscommunication between us. And you know what? For my part in it, I apologize. I repent to the Most High, and I'm coming to ask my brother for forgiveness. Because this is much bigger than me. It's much bigger than even you. This is huge. And Elder Rawchaa, he realizes it. He's at least humble enough to say, listen, I can't deal with this on my own. Let's reach out. And I'm in 100% agreement. Elder Rawchaa, would you please come down and see the information that the Most High had shown me? And you can, determine for yourself, that we can show you these things, so that you can see. Our people will, and whether you, come or not, the Most High is sending his people here. They're going to be here. Israel will be here. That's the word of the Most High, and he told me they were coming. And I know it. So I just ask you to please come. You can deal with Elder Rawchaa. He'll be here to greet you and take you and show you the things that you need to see. But not just any brother is even worthy to deal with the people in a manner that you have dealt with the spirit that the Most High has put on you. I think there's things that you probably have to go, but I think once you come here, he will give it to you. How to teach the people how to heal. Put things in the proper perspective so that we as a nation can grow and get to this level we need to get to prepare for our Lord and Savior, Christ Yeshua. We have to prepare for the King. And so, brother, I ask that you forgive me. Forgive me, brother. If it's not CIA infiltration, and I was wrong about what I said, then I humbly ask for your forgiveness so that we can move forward. Because I see now that these brothers, and no disrespect to anybody, but it is what it is. Brothers, you have to, that it's a gift that comes from the Most High. It's an anointing that comes from the Most High, and not everybody has it. Not everyone has this blessing upon them. Brothers are dealing with so much sin. They sinning against the Most High, and they don't even care. Their families, their wife is sinning against the Most High, and there's no remorse. No, that's not of the Most High. And I'm not going to sit back and watch people sin against the Most High and not speak. because then it's a burden on me, and I got to answer to the Most High. And I have to say something, but when I do, I get attacked viciously. People start accusing me of all kind of things. They want to say, call me out my name. They want to do anything they can, because that spirit is so strong and it's evil. These people have to repent, and they have to purge and get. The Most High is going to have to deal with our people severely, and he's going to. But I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say that, I feel I've done the part that the Most High sent me out to do. I don't know what else. I don't even know. When he said millions will follow me, I believe because of this information with Kadesh. I put it out. People will know now where to come. You understand? They still trying all kind of things, but listen, I don't know. Maybe this is just a misunderstanding, and I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know how it got so crazy to the point where I couldn't come and speak to my brother after being able to speak to you for a while. I was able to tell you. You told me you were coming to Israel. Matter of fact, you told me that I asked you if you would pick up my keyboard from Egypt on your way in, because I had left the keyboard in Egypt because it was heavy. I couldn't carry it when I was leaving, so I left it there with one of the brothers. And I asked Elder Rawchaa, when you come to Jordan, because he told me he was coming, to bring, if you would pick up my keyboard. And he told me he would try or he would get someone to do it if he couldn't do it, because he was still traveling. So I'm not going to just to ask anyone to pick up my keyboard was expensive. It was a Yamaha Triton station. Cost me $2,500, close to $3,000 for that keyboard. And I asked Elder Rawchaa if he went, because I knew he was coming, because he was telling me he was coming, that to bring the keyboard. I'm not going to just ask anybody to do that. He's an elder for one, but I had been communicating with this brother for some time, and nobody else, was coming to Jordan. So of course I'm going to, trust him to do it. And if he didn't know me, of course he's not going to go all the way from Europe or all the way to Egypt to pick up a keyboard and bring it all the way to Jordan. So I don't understand why he's saying that he didn't know me or whatever. But that's neither here nor there. It don't matter whether you know me, brother. This thing is bigger than me. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than us knowing each other. It doesn't even matter whether we knew each other or not. This does say the Most High. This work has to be done, and it has to be completed. So I'm asking you, brother, if you would consider it. You can speak to Elder Rawchaa. I don't even have to, be around, but I know you need to get this information. And now that there's, the elder is here, because I can't be handing it over to men who are not apt to teach and apt to lead. It's becoming self-destructive. The things that are going on is just ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it's not going to be, not here, and not while I'm here and I have to watch it. They don't want me to say anything to them. These people are lashing out at me, and, and all kind of stuff is going on. And I know it's not of the Most High, and I can't sit back and watch this thing go down when it's dealing with the Most High. He said, worship me. That's what he told me. That was his instruction to me. But you must worship me. So I'm here to do that, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. And brothers, y'all have to get yourselves together. Y'all have to get your house in order. You got to get your wives under submission. You can't have your wives running around doing whatever, because for one thing, that's a reflection on you. If your wife is sinning against you, then that's a reflection of you sinning against the Most High. There's something in your life that you're doing is the Most High isn't pleased with, and is showing up with your wife. She's telling on you, and spiritually, and you don't even realize it. So brothers, you're going to have to get yourselves together. Get your houses in order. Submit yourself to the Most High in Christ. Yeshaya is your head, and you have to submit to him, because you cannot lead a church and be out of order. Your wife cannot be out of order. Your family can't be out of order. And you can act like you don't know and you don't see it, but it's telling in the relationship with your wife. No matter how you try to run for me and talk about, oh, it's her, like Eve, like Adam did Eve. The woman ate the fruit. She gave it to me. No, brothers, you can't get away with that. And I did a video about that as well. We have to step up as a nation. And because I want to speak out about it and say, this, no, we can't do this, I am getting the brunt. But this is what the Most High put on my spirit to do. So whether you like it or not, this is what it is. I'm sorry. He told me to worship him. So that's what we have to do. We have to keep his commandments and be a holy people. Spiritually, get this thing together. I don't see, we just can't have a couple of videos about it and then move on to the next thing and start falling back into the Illuminati and demon worship, talking about what demons do. We need to stay focused on learning how to keep the Lord's statutes and commandments of the Most High. Because this is what's going to bring us to the next phase of this. We need to figure it out. I'm going to do a 30-day fast. We must fast and we must pray. We must fast and pray as a body. In the scriptures it says that's how certain demons can't come out unless you fast and pray. You gotta fast and pray as a body. And I received emails like, oh, I want to do Christ fast. He didn't eat anything. Listen, if you want to do a 30-day and eat nothing, by all means, please join us and fast and go into these scriptures and pray. We're doing a water fast. It's still a fast. It's still giving up your fleshly things. If you want to just do nothing, praise the Most High. 30 days, let's do it. If you want to do fruit juices or things that, it depends on what level you are. I'm not at the level to do just a strict 30-day fast, but I can do water fast. And that's what I'm saying. But for those of you who can do strict 30-day, we need fasting and prayer. We need to get these things out of our system and fall on our faces to the Most High in repentance as a nation. These sisters and these women are coming out dealing with all kind of things. And it shows this is where the men are. This is why. So it starts from the head on down. The leadership. If there's a spirit of fornication amongst the congregation, that means that it's starting from the highest point. Brothers, you're going to have to cleanse yourselves. Get prepared for what is about to happen. Not just escaping Jacob's trouble, but prepare what's going to happen to you spiritually in dealing with your father, AHAYAH. You have to prepare. So again, back to Elder Rawchaa, I pray that you receive my sincere and humble apology. If this is not CIA infiltration like I've been claiming it has been, if I've been wrong about that, I totally apologize. And I ask that you forgive me as your sister, and that now we can move forward in this truth, because the Most High, there's things here that I believe you need to see. And none of, I don't believe this was working, is cut for anybody else. You need to be here and see this. Now, I don't know why there would be a reason that you don't come. You could deal with Elder Rawchaa. He is in agreement. You need to come, brother. We have nothing but love for you. And Elder Rawchaa, he wanted to do a thing on healing and to start the process. So he's gonna start putting up his series on healing and things like that. And I also want to say, because I'm in no way trying to lead any church. I'm ready here to hand it over to the men, and that's what I wanted to do. I'm not trying to lead nobody nowhere. I was just doing what the Most High sent me to do, and I believe I've done that. But as I try to let go, I'm seeing that the state that our brothers are in is no way they can lead anything. They are laden with sin. There is too much sin amongst Israel for us to even be considering coming to the Father like this. It's time to start to heal
people. And it's a hard thing to know that, to recognize that you're sick
and that you need help. And most of our people don't want to, recognize that they need help. We need help. Like I said, I had a period of 5 years that the Most High isolated me. Really 7 years, but I'll say mainly 5 years of it, that the Most High isolated me, and that I was able to deal. I was alone. I didn't, wasn't dealing with nothing but myself. And unfortunately, I'm gonna say again, most of you, you're not gonna have that option to do that, because people, the time that we're in. But you have to understand and be clear. And I'm gonna say this: it's like if you was in Babylon and you was, say, a street hustler, and I'm not trying to offend anyone or say anything, or if you was, say, working at a bouncer or whatever, if you, if you even if you was on drugs, if you was a crackhead, let's say, or there's certain spirits that you take on under these things. There's a spirit that, just like if you see all crackheads, they all act alike. You know that you'll look and say, oh, he a crackhead, because they moving fast or whatever. That spirit that you were under is the spirit that was, controlling you. And so you get healed to a sense that you're not taking crack anymore or whatever. But now you and you learn this truth. Now you're excited about that, and you have the zeal for it. You learn or whatever. But your spirit is still a spirit of a crackhead. You still operating like a crackhead, and people can see it on you, even though you haven't been dealing like that for a long time, for years. But you still operating in that same spirit. So you under that influence of a crackhead, but you don't even realize it because you don't see yourself. And then you start to come and you praying over people and trying to minister to people. That spirit is going to other people. And I'm saying this is all across the board. If you were a man who was a womanizer, if you have issues with women, if you whatever it is that you were dealing with in Babylon, and we know it was all against the Most High, because he says we're like filthy rags to him. Just know that this is the spirit that you come in with when you come out. Even for women, if you was something, I'm saying negative things, because like a stripper, or you was operating in a certain way with men, and that same spirit that you were dealing with, you come out with, and you still operating in that same way. So that's why I was saying about any brothers, especially if you're elders and you have certain spirits on you, a spirit of fornication, the whole congregation that you're praying with and dealing with is under that spirit of fornication if you are not completely healed. And how can you completely heal from it when you're in Babylon? You fighting against every foul spirit and uncaged demon, like the Most High said. So you have to come out of her so that you can heal and you can purge. Or if you had the homosexual spirit on you, I mean, and we all know, you can tell when someone was dabbling in that lifestyle because you can see it on them. It's the same. It's these same spirits you can see on people. And if they haven't repented from them, if they haven't, remove the sin completely out of their life, it shows up in things that they're doing and how they do things. The spirit on them is the same, even though they not doing the act anymore. That so they say they're still operating in that same spirit, and it takes a high level of spiritual cleansing to be able to get that out of you. And I'm saying not everybody was operating in something negative. I'm just giving those examples so that you can relate to it, because we know when we see certain things on people, some more than others, and so it's hard for us to say, well, everybody got issues and everybody is dealing with this, to kind of remove yourself out of the healing process, because you trying to say everybody's going through it, so you don't have to really work on yourself, and dig deep down and get rid of this spirit that you're dealing with. But that's not the case, that everybody have issues. People have different issues on different levels, just like there's different levels of sin. So you can't act like, oh, we all got issues, well, and so let's just keep moving. No, that's not the case. Some issues the Most High is an abomination to the Most High. Some sin, the Most High is abomination to him. And there's, you know that there's unforgivable sin. So, we have to heal, and you have to be wise enough to understand the levels of where you ask. You got to start asking and praying for this understanding about yourself so that the Most High can heal you. But if you're not coming to the Most High with this kind of repentance, then the healing process is going to take longer. And you may or may not, you may be counted in those that rebel against the Most High. And I'm sure you don't want to do that. So, and start to know the process. And it can't be that you come out and you immediately jump into a leadership position of an eldership, and you don't even recognize and see on yourself that you're operating with these demonic spirits. But you think you're fine and you think you're clean. But you're not. You can't be clean. So that's why we got to go through a process of this purging. And for those who rebel against it, that's when the Most High is going to deal with you. When you can't fall in line, when you just cannot fall in line, the Most High will then step in and have to deal with us. So I just want to give that example of it so that we can approach things from this level. What spirit were you operating in when you were in Babylon? So that way you can start to know, okay, maybe, let me try to pray and fast about these things within my character, within me, because it's a spirit that has taken hold of you. And just because you may have stopped doing the act per se, you still may operate in that spirit and not realizing that you're doing it. And 9 times out of 10, you're doing that because that's the sorcery that we were under. So we have to heal, brothers and sisters. We have to take a look at ourselves. And it's not easy. This is, I'm not a psychiatrist, and most of us are not psychiatrists or these things. But if I can help in these ways, where the Most High gives me this understanding, that I may express it to you, that I may tell you and show you a light that you didn't see before. So, and this is how we're going to come back to the Father. And it's only through the Most High gives these things. It's not something that you could just take on yourself. You can't just say, oh, I'm an elder, or I'm a this, or I'm a that. You have to strip down. We have to strip down of all that and come like a newborn baby to the Most High and let him purge you and let him refine your gifts and talents and the things that he wants to instill in us. And that's why he said, I will make men who are after my own heart. He's going to deal with us in such a way, but we have to allow it. We can't just come in and be in what we feel we are. The Most High is giving us these things. So praise and glory to AHAYAH, Bahashim Yeshaya. So I just wanted to give that example, and so that we can understand and start thinking along those lines of healing, stripping down to nothing first before you start to pump yourself up and I'm this, I'm that. Listen, so going back to Elder Rawchaa, the Most High obviously put it on this man to do this. That's the spirit. That comes from the Most High. Now, whether he's violating things and, or I'm going to speak to you, brother, whether you're violating things, that's between you and the Most High, but he's going to show it. The Most High is a revealer. He ain't hiding nothing, or none of us can hide. It shows up. Somehow, some way, it's going to show up. So that's why I spoke about the congregation having the spirit of fornication. If there's fornication amongst the congregation, which I'm seeing, then that means that there's fornication within the leadership of the men of the Most High. And it's showing in the women who are coming out. It's showing in the men who are under the congregation. So we're not going to be able to hide this thing. You're not going to be able to hide. The Most High reveals all things in the spirit realm first. So if you can see things in the spirit, then you can recognize things and see things on people. You can see it. So I thank you for listening. I give all glory and praise to AHAYAH, Bahashem Yeshaya. Bless the name of AHAYAH and his son Yeshaya. And I'll say the word, Barakatah, and Shalom.